Hello, and welcome to the Sit Down.
Showtime!
On today's episode, we're going to be talking about Pokemon Sword and Shield and having a lot of fun discussing this game that came out 3 days ago. So I got my guests here today, Jeremy,
Hello.
Also known as JalBagel. We've got Emily as well.
Hey.
Do you go by any kind of gamer tag?
You can call me Kippy if you want.
We will call her Kippy.
But am I allowed to say my YouTube channel or?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's ShinyVapor, but you don't need to have to call me that.
Look her up. Subscribe.
It's really horrible, but I have fun shiny hunting. Anyway,
She's the shiny queen. I'm just going to say that right now.
The shiny queen.
I love
she-
shinies.
She's always on the hunt for them.
I need to learn something.
So, okay, so guys, Pokemon Sword and Shield came out 3 days ago.
Whole 3 days.
How have you guys been liking the game so far?
I have played 6 whole hours.
Okay.
And generally speaking, I like the game. It's a Pokemon game. And if that's what you want out of it, that's a good thing. So, because at its base, just how it is right now,
Right.
it is a Pokemon game still. I think the reason I like it so much is because I like the 3DS games so much, Gen 6, Gen 7,
Yeah.
so much. I love them. And it looks and plays and feels like one of those games here with updated overworld graphics.
Okay.
So I've enjoyed it so far. I've loved it. I've loved exploring the new region, finding the new Pokemon, and playing around with some of the new mechanics in the game.
Okay.
So I like it so far.
I'm glad you're enjoying it so far.
Yeah.
For your 6 hours.
For my whole 6 hours.
So Kippy, what about you?
Yeah, he pretty much nailed it for me. But the really cool aspect is definitely the wilds. Is that what it's called?
The wild area.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
wild area. It's insane. What I didn't expect though is I thought it was being, caring to you a little too much from the beginning, but then you walk into the wilds and all of a sudden you encounter something that's 20 or 30 levels ahead of you, and then you get your butt beat. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, this is intimidating, and then I got lost in there, and but he basically nailed the rest of it. It's been a lot of fun. I've been playing, I think, 20 hours now. I played till 5 a.m. last night, so I'm exhausted. I take the opportunity to play because I've had work, but it's been a lot of fun. Again, being a shiny hunter though, we're not finding a mechanic other than Masuda method impossible chaining, but I have to look into that myself later on. So a little disappointed there, but I haven't seen all the shinies, so maybe they'll make it up for me later because I want to see what's available. So it's all really exciting stuff.
All I
so
need
there's
is my
still,
shiny Lulu.
and what's great, yes,
Absolutely.
and there's still so much more to do. So I'm really, I'm excited.
And what about you?
Me? Well, I've been enjoying the game a decent amount, I have to say. I've already gotten, I think, to the fairy gym. I beat that.
Yeah, I'm
but-
only at Nessa.
Oh, you're taking your time, and that's fine.
Very, very slowly.
I'm loving it, dude. It's a lot of
Yeah.
fun. I've been really caught up with and you know how I am when it comes to training my Pokemon. I've just been level grinding
Yeah.
for no reason. Because I'm just I want to stomp my opponents. It's a lot of fun. So
I get why you do that.
I just like
Makes
the
no
feeling.
sense.
I have level 70 Pokemon going up against level 30s. It's a good.
Are you
Oris.
exaggerating that?
No, he's
not
dead serious.
I am not kidding.
In Oris, because I remember this when we were playing through Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, I was like, where are you at? And you're like, oh, I'm at Roxanne. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. What's your team? Like a level 32 Marsh Tomp or something. I'm like,
Hold up.
yeah.
Auras?
Yeah.
I don't have Auras.
You didn't play that one?
No.
Did you play Gen 6 then?
I did.
Yeah, it's probably that.
It probably. Yeah.
You level grind to the high, to the mid 20s before the first gym, and I just stare at you and go, what are you doing?
They need to know the fury. That's it. That's
it?
all I'm saying.
The fury.
If they
The
don't
power.
know the power of my Pokemon, then I don't know what the hell's going on.
I mean, Team Cats. Do I have to say any more?
You have a point.
Those 2 Persians, man. So mean to me.
Oh, they were so good, those 2 Persians. But let's get back to
Let's talk
Sword
about the
and Shield.
good.
The good of Sword and
Yeah,
Shield? Yeah,
let's talk about
for
the good.
sure. Let's do that because I have loved so far. The one thing that sticks out to me in a big way is the music so far.
Oh
the
my
music
God.
in this game is amazing.
It's the guy from Undertale, right? That did some of the music.
Toby Fox, I
Yeah.
think he did some of the music. I'm not sure
'Cause
which
he does
tracks.
he does the main theme.
Really?
Or he does one of the main themes. It's something like that. Because I saw it the day before Sword and Shield came out. Pokemon Company tweeted out the whole thing with it's Toby Fox.
Yeah.
With Toby Fox and Pokemon, and I think the funniest thing ever is because they made. You should go look this up if you haven't seen it. But go into Pokemon Company, go back a couple days, like around the 14th and 15th of November, and find this because it's really funny because it's like this really cool, like kind of like the blurred out Galar map. Just so it's like, hey, it's Pokemon Sword and Shield, and then it has like the Sword and Shield logos, and then it has like the Pokemon's thing, and then Toby Fox's signature. And if you've never seen it, it's literally just like an MS Paint smiley face with his initials in it, and it's the funniest thing ever.
Okay.
But he did, I know at least either the main song or a style of the main song, because you can really hear it like in his little the chiptune style that he has.
Yeah.
And it's really, I mean, I love it. And I've never played Undertale, but I know Undertale music.
Yeah, same.
And hearing that, I'm like, okay, this sounds very Pokemon. This sounds very RPG. This sounds very Undertale.
Yeah.
And at least in my opinion, it brings a new appreciation to a Pokemon game as an RPG.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like it really just brings everything home. Like when I'm doing the gym battles,
Oh,
like, against the
Oh my gosh.
gym leaders.
Oh my gosh.
It's so intense. Like there's 3 different versions of the song, which is pretty cool. Like the first one is where it's the basic one that we've heard in all the trailers so far. When you have like when the gym leader has like all of their Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then when you get to maybe midway or you beat a Pokemon, it turns
changes
into like
again, yeah.
exactly. It
Yes.
tunes into like this chip.
Which I'm trying to
kind of
remember
thing.
if they did in Gen 7 or not. I can't entirely remember. I think when in Gen 7 when they're on their last Pokemon, it changed to a little more upbeat version of the song.
I think that might have been the case. Yeah.
But that was in Gen 7. So I mean, like, if they're carrying that over and they're playing that trope, and I think it helps with like just the excitement of the game.
Oh,
Makes it more
absolutely.
intense. I love it.
Oh,
Because I mean, and this kind of like moves into my, unless you want to keep talking about the music, because my next thing is
Well-
the feel of the Pokemon battles now is entirely different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the music is absolutely great. I do want to say one more thing about that. I was surprised that for the gym trainers, the ones that you have to fight before the gym leaders, the victory music for the gym trainers is so like I just loved it. It's like
I haven't paid enough attention to it yet because I've only done the one gym so far.
Okay.
I've done the first one so far.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't think I was paying attention too much because I've been playing it at a venue.
So you didn't get to actually hear anything.
I have it turned all the way up, trying to sit here and listen to the game and play it at the same time. And I got parts of it, but I mean, now that I'll be home either today or tomorrow, and I'm just going to drop it in, I'm going to play as probably 10, 12, 14, 24 hours.
Right. Of course, as one is wont to do.
Yes.
So I would, I was thinking it's a freaking EDM paradise.
Oh, yeah.
Like this game, the music, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Another thing, max raid battles. Like
I haven't done them yet.
I haven't
those-
done them yet either.
Oh gosh.
There's something. It's.
Because I saw you tweet out about it, and I was like, okay, that looks really cool.
They're really fun. Oh my goodness.
How do you get into them? Is that only with friends? Again, been trying to stay away from spoilers, so I've just been diving into this game by myself. So I don't know how that exactly works.
It's
Okay.
both local comm and
Yes.
online, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can play it locally by yourself or with someone else who's nearby.
And you can do NPCs?
Yes, NPCs
okay.
will join in, whether you're online or in local.
Okay.
They'll join in if you don't have enough people
So they'll
to fill it out.
So you can just go and do one, and then just start it with no one joining, and then they'll fill it in with NPCs?
Precisely.
I think I've done it then, but I don't know how to get the how do you say it?
The Gigantamax
Yeah,
Pokemon?
everyone's talking about those, and I'm like, how do I
Yeah,
learn those?
those are rare.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they're special, too.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
because I know... I mean, if I don't know if you've done it yet, but if you've played Let's Go Pikachu or
Yes,
Let's Go Eevee,
yeah.
you can get the Pikachu and the Eevee from the first train station.
Yes, I got those.
When you go to
yes.
the wild area, yeah.
Yeah.
And so that Pikachu and Eevee are both special. They both can Gigantamax. So-
Yes.
Can they?
Yes.
Ooh.
But those are the only Pikachu and Eevee that can Gigantamax.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
the ones, because I ordered the double pack, and with the double pack you get the code for the Jangmo-O and the Larvitar.
I think that was it, yeah.
Yeah.
Suddenly much regret not
I don't know.
buying
It's
it.
all the way over there. But you can get codes for those as well.
Right.
And I know that you cannot breed that trait.
Yeah. You can't.
I'm just gonna. I don't know how to
We'll call
say
it a trait.
yeah.
Yeah, that trait,
You
it's
can't.
not breedable.
Yeah.
Right.
which makes it really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like I have the Gigantamax Meowth.
I haven't tested it yet. I
long
got it, but I
cat.
haven't.
Long cat.
The longest cat.
It's so cool.
Oh my
It's so
gosh.
cool.
Add that to Team Cats.
I should.
But how do you feel, and may I ask, how do you feel about these Pokemon getting ginormous and battling in the game?
That is interesting. I didn't think they would do something like
I wasn't
that.
a huge fan from the, when they
Really?
revealed it. I was a little iffy on it. I'm like,
Okay.
oh, they're
Yeah.
just getting big.
I think that's the general consensus too, and I'm in the kind of the same vein because I think it's a cool mechanic, because like it's kaijuing is what it is. It's like, hey, we're gonna kaiju our Pokemon now.
Right.
It's like we're gonna have literally Godzilla and Mothra fighting out here in a Pokemon stadium now. I think that's cool, and the way that they like design the game where you have these gigantic stadiums, it's like we have these gigantic stadiums, this little bitty Pokemon battle that doesn't make any sense. So it makes sense to have this like gigantic presence behind it.
Yeah, stylistically it works.
Yeah, exactly. But my whole thing is on a competitive stance, and this is just my understanding of it so far, is that it's a flat stat boost, a percentage flat stat boost to every stat when you Dynamax or Gigantamax.
Yeah.
And then with the Gigantamax, of course, you get the new form, you get the special G-Max move, which they usually leave behind a secondary effect. But even that on itself, from a competitive standpoint, from a strategic standpoint, if I Gigantamax, do Gigantamax. So
Yeah.
like the mechanic itself doesn't feel like a strategic thing. It just feels like mutually assured destruction. If I do it,
Right.
you do it.
It could only be for 3 rounds, though.
Yeah, it lasts for 3 rounds.
That's kind of the strategic part. You got to think about, not in the regular gameplay, but if you're facing somebody else.
And in the sense of like triggering, it's the same way as we did with megas. If it's your last Pokemon, you mega it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if it's,
and here's the thing
like
about that.
your only one, you mega it.
Here's the thing about that. Like, for me, I think a lot of people didn't like megas for a bit
Right.
because of how overpowered they seem to be.
Kangaskhan.
And
Blaziken.
yes, it was crazy. And
Yeah.
with the inclusion of Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing, it kind of changes that up because you only get
Right.
those forms for 3 turns.
Right, and it plays a little bit differently too, because like with the same thing with Mega Evolutions, it wasn't well received when it was first announced because we didn't know a lot about it.
Yeah.
When we started learning more about it, that
And then we're like,
the Mega Evolution forms actually had stat changes, actually had ability changes, opened up new strategy.
Right.
Especially when we found out that it took up an item slot. It's like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh. This takes up a whole item slot. That's not a life orb. That's not any of the scarfs. That's not any of the speed items. That's not a leftovers.
Nope.
This is this item.
So you have to really think about what exactly
and
you're
when
going
it
to
came
do.
to competitive, it was the trade-off between like, do I want to use like a scarfed Metagross or do I want to use a Mega Metagross?
Yeah.
And I
Right.
mean, Mega Metagross turned out to be better. But even in the same sense, when we started learning more about the mechanic itself, it brought in a new piece of strategy.
Right.
And I think, at least for me right now, like I'm 6 hours into the game.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not master, Galar region champion yet because I don't understand the mechanics enough yet.
Yeah.
I did my first Gmax yesterday. Okay, I Gmaxed my Arcanine.
Well done.
I know, right? It was so cool, but that was the cool thing too, is because it was in the grass gym against what is it called, Eldergross?
Eldegoss?
Eldegoss, yeah.
Yeah.
It was against one of those, the gym leader Gmax, Dynamaxed his, I Dynamaxed mine.
Dynamaxed yours.
But what was cool is that even the Gmax fire move didn't one-shot it. It's like, interesting.
Yeah.
Even with the type advantage, even with just like the normal mechanics of the game, because you'd still expect like it's gonna one-shot. It didn't. Interesting.
Yeah, the same thing happened to me when I was playing against Nessa. I had a bit of a time with her Dynamaxed Dreadnought versus, I think, one of my Dynamax Pokemon.
Oh my
There was a little bit of an
gosh.
issue there. I was like, I lost one of my Pokemon. I'm like, okay,
Same.
time to rethink things.
This thing's
Same.
big.
Yeah, so it really changes things up. It
Yeah.
makes things a little bit more balanced, I suppose.
I'm
in
afraid
regards
to
to
call
that.
it. I'm afraid to call it balanced yet at all.
More interesting than
But
anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's another layer of mechanic that seems, because if we're talking balance, it's a flat stat boost. I don't know the numbers.
Well, here's what I mean by
that.
balance. I'm talking about when, for being in the example you gave, where the Eldegoss did not go down to a super effective move. Right? It's able
a G-Max Fire, whatever it was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's able to bring those Pokemon up a bit.
Yeah.
To to the level of another Pokemon, which is really good, and I like that.
It's a flat percentage boost, is what it is. So if it already has like the either defense, special defense, whatever it was tanking against, it's a percentage boost to that. So if it's already good, it's even better.
Exactly.
So.
But we've been on Dynamax and Gigantamax for a minute, so let's jump on over to something else.
Can I jump in here with one? Because it kind of plays off of what I was talking about earlier about the big stadiums, which is a feel of the game.
Go ahead.
It'll be a quick one, I promise you. They turned it into a sport, and I love that.
Oh yeah.
It makes you feel like the very beginning of the game is like you were just endorsed by a celebrity, a sports star, to go out and play a sport that literally hundreds of people are going to watch. I'm into this. I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
And so that right there was like a really cool feel of just, oh my gosh, I'm kind of important here. Instead of just like some kid going around and beating up adults.
I have an audience.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. And I like that about it. It really just, it drives it home that it's more than just, it's more than just battles.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have a uniform for it. You have a stadium for it. Each gym leader is putting on a show.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm liking that as well. Thanks for watching until the end. If you liked the video, hit that like button and share it with someone you think would like it too. We'd appreciate it. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more content like this. We upload at least 2 videos a week, so definitely subscribe and hit that bell icon to stay up to date. You can also find us outside of YouTube. Until next time, catch you later.